Hello. Today we want to talk about the ArrayList class and some of the basic methods that it consists of. This is the first time seeing what an ArrayList is, and we'll learn all about it. To do that, we'll go ahead and make another class. So let's put it into my examples that I have. I'll just call it an ArrayList example. And what we'll see here, we'll also add the main method. We'll see that an ArrayList treated as a resizable array. So an array list is just like an array, except you don't know how big it's going to be, and you can easily add and remove elements from it. And I'll try to show some examples of the similarities and the difference from an array. If I wanted to have an array of strings, a whole bunch of words, typically we would just say string, so array of string. We did that one, we'd call it a string. We'd use the brackets to indicate that's an array. Say names of people equals new string, and at the beginning we have to specify how many people we would want or how many names we'd have to have. For an array list would be a little different. Array list is an object, so we'd say array, or actually you're going to use it from an interface, so we'll say it's a list, and we're going to use these angle brackets to say whatever type is going to be. So it's a type string called names equals new array list. And then we're going to use the angle brackets. We're not going to put anything inside of it. And then we'll just, since it's an object, we have to call the constructor on top of this. Now, it's a little different using a list and an array list. We can always import those things. You can also use a shortcut to auto import things by hitting Control, Shift, and the letter O. We'll auto import certain things, import it from the java.util class. So this is our basic utilities. So that'll take away of those errors. An array list is a resizable array. So we can just put in whatever we want. If I initially wanted to see what's going on, we can print out the list. And it's going to start off empty. And when I print things out, normally in an array, we have to use a for loop and print out every element in the array. With an array list, this is an object. It has what's called a toString method, and it automatically prints out the entire thing for us. So I can say system.out.println or sysout, control space is the shortcut there, and just print out what the array list actually is. So I can print out the names, and I run it. You'll see on the console here on the right side is just going to give us empty brackets. There is nothing in this array right now. So how do we put things into the array? Some of the methods that are built into it, it's we're just going to put things in. So names, dot, and then the simplest one is just the add method. So we'll say names.add, and we can put in anything we want to. It's going to take type of strings, so we can put anybody's name we want to in there. Let's just list some of the teachers that we have. So we have Mrs. Whistler. Okay, we can add her to the list, and we can add other people to this one. So I can say names.add, other people, me, and let's see what happens, what this looks like here too. So again, sysout is a shortcut, sysout, and then hit control space, and it'll automatically complete that for us. And we can print out our roster again to see who's in there and what everybody is. So if you notice, when we call the adds here on the right side, we see the names written down in order in which they're added to the list. If I want to add a few more people, let's add Mr. Randall. And I print out the names again. We can see how each name just gets added to the very end of the list itself. Let's add the other computer science teacher we have, Mr. Chapin. And then one more time here, I'll just move it down so you can see what's happening. We run it, each name gets added to them at different spots. Now, if you wanted to put here, there's another way if you to add it in there. You can add it in specific places you want to. So if you look at all the different possible methods here, the second one here, we can add a name, add a specific index we want to, and then who we want to do. Add all just allows you to get some other things and bring it in from other collections to kind of merge them together. But the two add methods is where do we want to put this? So the index of an array list works exactly the same way as the array. So if I'm looking on the console on the right side here, well, Whistler is at the index of 0, Poland's at the index of 1, Randall's at 2, and Chapin's at 3. So where do we want to add this person into it? So Mr. Cool, he got hired this year, so let's add him into the first element. And let's put his name in there. And what this will do is just a resizable array. So nothing's going to get deleted. It's not going to change anything. We're just going to put cool directly into this spot. So 0, 1, it'll go here where Poland normally is. And then everything else will just get shifted down to the right 1. .out.print line. And let's see this working one more time. And you can see how Mr. Cool got added into the first spot, which is here, and then everything else got shifted over. If I wanted to add them into a different place, let's put them into the third, the index, into the fourth element, the index of 3. We put it in there, and we see how Cool goes where Chapin was. Again, 0, 1, 2, 3. Cool gets that spot, and then Chapin and everybody else moves down to the end. So that's the first part. That's how the add method. We just add things in as we go. This is great because we don't know how many people specifically we're adding or how many things we're going to have ahead of time, and we can just do this. So it's good for an unknown amount of things, a common object that we're going to have. This is where the array list becomes a little better. All right. With the string method, the next thing is how many elements do we have here? Okay, so what was it? The size. We want to know how many things are in there. In the array, we use the .length. That was a call to find how many objects we had in the array. In an array list, it's similar. It's not going to use length. We're going to use a method called size. So we want to print out how many items we have right there too. So we'll say size of list. And we're going to say names.size. Okay, size just returns integer. If we read the Java doc, it returns how many things we have. So we print this out. We should have 5 people that we added. If we run it and see the output size of list is 5. So we're happy. That works. We're good to go. All right, so with our list of teachers right here, Miss Whistler, she's also a science teacher. So let's just, actually, you know what? Let's not, I like her. Let's kick me out because I'm talking too much and doing other things here too. So if we want to remove something, we can actually change the size of this one, and it's just using that word. We're going to get rid of something. So the method remove is what's going to allow us to happen. So names.remove allows us to take out the specific element at some index. So for me, I'm at the index 1, that's Poland. So I'll just say remove 1, and then we print this out. You'll see that my name is gone, Poland is gone, but the other ones still remain. And notice everything just gets slid over back into the proper spots here. So there's no gap, nothing's missing. We just now have 4 people, everybody just kind of gets back together. So it's a very nice thing that we can do to get rid of everything here too. So this one is removing a value of 1. As you can see what's happening with that. Normally with the size one, just kind of recover. Normally if we did things else, we could do names.length is what we would do in an array. We use the length call, but here for strings, an array list, we'll just use the size method. That's what it is. Now we can remove things as many times as you want to. You can get rid of a lot of different spots here too. Some other things. If we want to know where something is, what's at a certain value? So what is at a specific index? In order to do that one, normally with an array, we would say array sub 2, if I want to know what's at the second index of 2. For the array list, it's our method calls now too. So we're going to use the get method is what we're going to do. So in order to print this one out, we'll say at index of 2. We're going to say names.get and 2. So it'd be the same thing as whatever the normal of the array was. We would call it something sub 2 with the brackets. Here we'll just say get. And as I'm looking at it, 0, 1, 2, it should return Mr. Cool is what should be printed out. And at index of 2, it is cool. So that one works. We see that one. So that's kind of a nice way of just finding everything a little quicker. Okay. And then the other part here too, removing things. A big part of it, say you want to remove a whole lot of people or a whole bunch of different names or anything from that. The easiest way of going through there, if I wanted to get rid of everything, is we just typically use a loop. I'm going to get rid of all my values and different things from that here too. So let's remove all the values. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something that's not going to work at first, and I'm going to try to show you and explain why it's not going to work. First, I'm going to see here, uncomment the removal. Makes it a little bit easier to see sometimes as we do this. And for int I equals 0, I is less than names.size. So I'm going to go through the entire array and go I++. So normally we would do this for a loop, as we're going to go through everything. You want to print it out, you want to look at it, you want to find stuff right there too. And if I said remove sub, who do I want to get rid of in this case? We just got to remove one spot. So I said remove it at I. It'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. What am I going to remove? Names dot remove. Okay. And then we're going to print out my entire names roster. Let me just print out ahead of time real quick, just so we know what everything is. And print this out. Notice what happens. Removing names, so we know what's happening with everything. I'm going to run it again. When we look at removing names, we got 5 people, then we got 4, we got 3, and we got 2. But notice that there's not a specific pattern on how things are getting removed. Whistler goes first because I is at 0, we're removing that one. But then Poland stays, even though we go I++ and I is 1. And then Randall gets removed next, and then Chapin gets removed. What's happening is a little weird thing here is that keep in mind when you remove the values of the index changes, and then my I++ also goes up. So when I'm running this, we start removing I equals 0, so Whistler gets removed, and then we print this out. So Poland is now at 0, we go I++, Randall is now going to be the index of 1. So when I go I++ and I'm removing sub 1, that's what's going to remove Randall. That goes away. Cool takes a spot. Chapin's now at 2. We go I++. I is now equal to 2. And that's where we take away a Chapin. This is a common mistake that we'll see people do. In order to avoid that, you can fix this 2 different ways. One, if you want to like using a for loop, instead of starting at the beginning like we normally do, start at the end. And just remove everything at the end, and then nothing gets resized or moved around at all. So how do we change that up? If I want to start at the end, I'm going to say int I equals names dot size. I equals names dot size. I is assigned to that. And now I has to be greater than or equal to 0. And then I minus minus is what we're going to do for this. Okay. So we're going to start at the last element and subtract 1 every time. So we got 5 things. So start at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remove each one of those indices here. When I run this, notice I get an out of bounds error. Get an out of bounds error because, again, names.size is 5. However, what is the index of my last value? That's 4. So the one little thing, again, this is just something that sometimes errors happen. So you got to remember you got to start 1 less. And then we got to be equal to 0 to be okay. And then this should work for us. Here, if you notice, you can see it nice in a little pyramid descending thing right here where it's subtracting here. So Chapin, then Cool, then Randall, start at the end. So using a for loop, that's one way of doing it. If you don't feel like using a for loop, you can always use a while loop because you're doing it a whole bunch of times and you keep on removing to avoid the counting. And we can just go while names.size is greater than 0. So that's saying as long as I have something in there, there's at least one element in there, then we can just go names.remove. And I can always just remove the very first item. Remove that every single time, and then we should be good to get rid of it all. And I run this one. If you notice, so instead of removing the last person every single time, we just remove the first person. Whistler goes, then Poland, then Randall, then Cool, and Chapin. So these are some of the ArrayList basic methods that you're going to use. Creating an array list using the add method is what putting something in. You can also add at a certain spot, at a certain indice, and things just get shifted over. Size is huge to know how big things are, real similar to length. And then we also have the get method, which helps us find where an item is, and then remove, and we always remove at whatever the index of the other part is. Good luck with using an ArrayList in some of your programs.